Hello.
Hello class, and good evening. My name is Andy Below, and today I'm going to be talking to you about electric vehicles. First off, I'm going to start off with a quote, see if you can guess who this is. I could either watch it happen or be a part of it. If you don't know, that's actually Elon Musk, founder of PayPal, SpaceX, and Tesla Motors. In this day and age, everyone is looking to save as much money and time as possible. When it comes to traditional gasoline vehicles, unfortunately, there is always a compromise. After years of personal research on my own part, and even speaking to an electrical engineer from Tesla themselves, I feel confident enough to talk to you about this topic. After having the Survey Monkey done in class, I've noticed that the three things that our class finds valuable in a daily driver car is fuel economy, reliability, and safety. As with most college students, the best bang for the buck is essential, so I'm also going to be taking that into consideration. First point, fuel economy. Unfortunately, gasoline vehicles aren't as efficient as electric vehicles. In respect, the best gasoline vehicle has a fuel efficiency, or MPG, of about 40 miles per gallon, while electric vehicles have anywhere from about 100 miles per gallon to about 130 miles per gallon. As well, fueleconomy.gov government site says that electric vehicles convert about 60% of their electrical energy from the grid to the power to the wheels, while conventional gasoline vehicles convert only about 20% of their stored energy in gasoline to power their wheels. As well, the cost of electricity is about half the cost of gasoline from start to finish. This means that you spend less money on your fuel, and on top of that, if you have solar panels at home, including a battery pack to store that energy, you can charge your vehicle at home and never have to pay an extra cent. Next point. If you're saving money on your gas, you don't want to spend your money on your repairs or your maintenance, which is reliability, which we're going to be talking about. Electric vehicles, compared to gasoline vehicles, don't have as many moving parts. This means you have less wear and tear, you don't have any belts, gears, or external forces, and this makes driving smoother and quieter. As well as that, you have less maintenance. Energy.gov says, in general, all electric vehicles require less maintenance than conventional vehicles because there is usually fewer fluids like oil and transmission fluid to change and far fewer moving parts. So this means your maintenance intervals are from 5,000 miles to about 20,000 miles plus, depending on the technology. As well, with all that money you're saving that you don't have to spend on repairs and maintenance, you only really have to spend it on brakes and tires, which are a very conventional wear and tear item. But if you're saving all this money on time, on your fuel and your maintenance, you don't want to end up in the hospital and spend that same money and time. So the last thing we're going to talk about is the safety of electric vehicles. Main point of that is that the batteries in electric vehicles are located near the floor. This means that you have a better center of gravity in handling, and your vehicles are less prone to flipping. Energy.gov even talks about this specifically. They say that electric vehicles tend to have a lower center of gravity than conventional vehicles, making them less likely to roll over and often improving ride quality. This also means since the battery is located in the center of the vehicle, unlike a gasoline vehicle where the engine is in the front, including the gas tank in the back, so that means that all your dangerous, hazardous materials are towards the area where you're going to get hit or there's going to be an impact. With the battery being in the center, that means that it's less prone to having dangerous or hazardous materials being impacted, making it more safe. As well as that, since there is no engine, you have space in the front, or gas tanks, you have space in the front and rear of the vehicle. This means you have more space for crush zones and safety features, including airbags and automatic stopping features, brakes with cameras and sensors and things like that. Unfortunately, with all this great information, there's always going to be critics of electric vehicles. Gasoline vehicles have been around for over 100 years, so have electric vehicles, but they haven't been as popular. The main thing that people like to say about electric vehicles or against electric vehicles is that they don't have as much range or they weigh too much. And that is basically just a matter of the market not expanding. Same thing, so electric technology is exponential when it increases in its technology. So for example, you have microprocessors, which over time exponentially went up. From 2000, where the processor had about 2000 is about here, about 50,000 transistors, versus 2007, you have or about 100 times increase in that. When it comes to batteries, the same thing goes with that. Lastly, I just wanted to say that, or summarize my points of my presentation, that for the best fuel economy, reliability, and safety, an electric vehicle is the best option. You have more space for safety features, more space for crumple zones, as well as you have no engine, less moving parts, so you have less maintenance, and on top of that, with electricity being cheaper and more efficient, and even being able to produce it at home, you even save on cost of fuel. Just want to say to thank you all for coming here tonight and listening to my presentation. I hope you have a great day.